insightful, introspective. He's got humor that is very subtle and very good. A show that ended because of COVID in Altadena, California, near Pasadena. He is an incredible storyteller who retired from being an electrical engineer, but he keeps himself very busy. And I'm waiting to see his next book because I just can't wait because his stories are so powerful. I think that he's also done a film, and the storytelling is at the coffee gallery backstage. But I believe he's also presented at many different events. And I am so glad that he decided to come here and agreed. And I'm very happy that many of his family are here too to watch. So thank you, Ty. Whenever you're ready, I am being very limited because I want to give you time.
We currently have about 48 people here, so you might want to wait a couple more minutes before we actually start the stories.
Born in Texas, raised in, I think, Compton, California, and outlived it all. And he's in this area near Pasadena and is living quite well from what I'm gathering. And he has a family. His children are graduated, I believe, from college.
He works a lot at Home Depot, and
yes,
he tells stories all around, and he has a joy and a loving nature that picks up quickly. He used to be a comedian there for a while, and his stories have a lot of humor and a lot of love to them.
He's a very funny man. He's very funny.
He is funny.
He's a very funny.
And he's got the biggest heart, and you can't not see it when he starts telling his stories or even when he talks. It's just a big-hearted man.
And he's a poet. Maybe he'll tell us a poem.
Oh, I did hear one of his poems. That was beautiful. I was very glad that I got to hear it. It was a beautiful poem.
He also has a great family.
Yeah, he has a great family. Yes, it sounds like it. We'll see some of that work with what his wife has done.
And Ashton Symphony Clark. There's Ashton, who is another fan of Ty's and storyteller and artist extraordinaire herself. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming up to the Northwest via Zoom.
Of course, I wouldn't miss Ty for the world. I met Ty in 2019 when I first started doing storytelling, and he and his wife Delia have been such wonderful support for me and help. And Ty had me on his show at the Coffee Gallery in Altadena twice, and it's been such a great experience. What I love about Ty's stories are they're poignant, which is a word I've always hated until it was applied to Ty's stories. There's no better word. And the humor. I remember having one of my girlfriends from West LA drive all the way up to Altadena in the evening traffic to see Ty's story. And she laughed so loud, I was embarrassed. And how loud she laughed during his stories. But he's just such a great storyteller, and I'm so blessed to know him.
50 people.
His description of people is so beautiful. You pick up something from the people, his father, his uncle, whoever he's talking about, you really pick up a sense of who they are. So Ty has an ability to really bring them out. So they still live in his stories. What?
I hope we're recording this because it's like the Ty Fance fan club got together, and he doesn't need any more advertising. He can just take sound bites out of this, and he can make it work for a long time. Hey, listen, I just want to say to everybody, since Mama's Story Table is not on, and we traditionally do Black History Month, that we haven't been able to do, that it is Black History Month, and we seem to be moving closer to making Black history American history as part of the dialogue is the whole thing. So from my heart to yours, we're doing that this month. That's February. So happy.
And I'm very, very thankful for that. Thank you very much for
And
that.
you're thankful that we're making it part of the American history?
Yes, yes. And I was watching Channel 9, which is our public TV, and they have the most incredible stories about people I didn't know. Because these are people that weren't in the limelight, but they are.
Limelight.
Very,
suppression.
very important people, but not people we, the American people, understand. And now they're bringing them out and showing
Right.
them. And
Suppression. We are, all of us.
you
white
know it
people-
was suppression, yeah.
Hey, there's Ty. All right.
So did I miss my intro? Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
you did. You missed so
You
much.
did, Ty, but we talked a lot about you.
Whew. All
You
right,
must have
yes.
been having, you know, that
I was-
itchy
I was-
eyebrow, as my Arab
I
relatives
missed-
would say.
I was drinking. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, well, let's all mute.
Everybody's good? Okay. First of all, thanks for having me, Seattle Storytelling Guild, for the StoryFest. I was excited to get here and do this thing. Believe you me, it was a challenge trying to figure out what to talk about. But I figured, why not just go chronologically? And with that being said, the first story I'm doing is Surviving Ty, Part 1, is a tale of childhood challenges. And you guys, yeah, cool. During the mid-70s, the beginning of the 70s, I was an 11-year-old skinny, shy kid with a 13-inch bushy afro. I lived in the poor side of Northeast Houston, and all my friends called me Big Eyes because they thought my eyes were too big for my head. If you had to be looking for me and you wanted to find me, I was either playing marbles, touch football in the street, or in a nearby woods with my BB gun, hunting possums, squirrels, pigeons. When I wasn't in the woods playing, hunting or playing marbles or playing football, I would be playing my favorite game. My favorite game at the time was stickball. Some of you guys remember that. That's street baseball with a broom handle and a rubber ball. My two best friends at the time was Big Chris and Speedy. Speedy was muscular, thin, and fast. This dude could outrun every dude in the neighborhood and most adults. He also talks fast. He'd come back to, hey man, I just got through fishing, man. I caught all these croakers and this sea bass and I fried them up and made sandwiches for everybody. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. Now, Big Chris, well, he's Big Chris. And he's big mainly because he never met a sandwich he didn't like. He come up with, hey, y'all, glad to play some ball today. And man, thank you for the sandwich. Ty, you gonna finish that sandwich? Oh, okay, all right. I should tell you guys my full name is Tyrone. You're gonna hear that a lot. You might want to know that. When we played stickball, we used to pretend that we had a championship, just like the major leagues for home runs. But we called it the Stickball Home Run Championship. Now, it consisted of 2 rounds of batting, and whoever had the most home runs at the end of the rounds would win. Big Chris was not allowed to pitch because he was way too damn strong. One time he tried to kill a fly on the side of the wall with the rubber ball. He killed the fly, but the ball went through the wall. And we figured, no, never with this guy. So, Mr. Speedy, come on, Speedy, let's do this, man. I'm ready. Let's do it. Come on. What's the score, Big Chris? Oh man, you got 9, Speedy got 10, and I got 12. Okay, then let's do this. Last round. Woo! There you go. That's 10. Come on, baby. What you got? Woo! There you go. That's 11. Let's do this. Woo! Woo! Adios, ball. Adios. That day, I was the stickball home run champion, king, as I like to be called. That was one of the best days of my life. April of 72, Big Chris, Speedy, and I discussed playing real baseball for the local Little League team called the Pirates. Now, the Pirates were the champions for the last 3 years in a row, and most of the players on their team were all-star type players. So a lot of people want to get on that team so they can get that championship. I said disgust. Yeah, right. It went more like this. Hey man, me and Speedy, we thinking about playing ball for the Pirates. So you should play with us, big eyes. I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. I don't need to do that. Hey man, I told you you're scared, man. I told you you're gonna be scared. Speedy, I'm not scared, man. I just don't need to play for the Pirates. Oh, he's scared, man. He's scared. Well, you are the home run king, you know, a stick ball. You thought maybe you might want to play. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. So I signed up. And 2 weeks later, we get our team confirmation letter. Chris reads his. Pirates. Great. Speedy reads his. Pirates. Great. I read mine. Astros. What? Oh man, how'd you get? What? How did you get on the Astros? I thought you were supposed to be playing for the Pirates. How'd that happen, man? That's crazy, man. What? Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. Oh man, you playing for the Astros? You gonna have to learn Spanish, man, because that's all the way across the track. You know, in that other neighborhood, you got to learn Spanish, man. They speak English. I don't know, man. I never heard them speak no English. I don't know, man. Yeah, you might have to learn something. I don't know. It's cool, man. Just calm down. What happened is when the team roster filled up, they automatically picked the leftover kids and put them in a team closest to the neighborhood, but not necessarily in the neighborhood if they still have room on the roster. Just so it turns out the Astros was the closest team, even though they were across the track in a totally different neighborhood. So needless to say, I was not happy. The only reason I was signing up was because I was going to be in the same team as my friends. Well, first day of practice, I meet my teammates. They all spoke Spanish, no English. Their MVP player on that team at the time was Miguel, 12-year-old. This guy was amazing. He never talked to me. Made me feel unwanted. Shining spot was Coach Torres, great guy. This guy, man, he was medium height, thin. He had bushy hair on both arms, just a lot of hair, right? Big black, thick head of hair and a big black mustache. He wore a straw hat, cowboy hat, Wrangler jeans, and alligator skin cowboy boots. He had a big belt buckle in the shape of a horseshoe. This was actually an actual horseshoe. And he would grab both sides of it when he would walk around, right? Oh, yeah. And he chewed chewing tobacco all the time and had this habit of spitting to his right. So I would always stand to his left. First day of practice would stick with me forever. It still has, actually. The deal is first thing we did was learn how to feel the ball. And you're also trying to play for a position. I didn't know what position I wanted to play, so I tried out for a shortstop. I didn't have a glove because with a stick ball game, you don't need a glove. The ball's soft. I don't know if you've ever tried to catch a hard ball with your hands. I don't recommend it. That hurts. So I borrowed a glove, and I don't think it mattered that I borrowed a glove. I sucked. I couldn't catch nothing. The ball would go past me on my right. Then it would pass me on my left. Then the thing went through my legs. Then it went over my head. It didn't matter, man. I just couldn't get it together. Coach was so concerned. He said, hey, he used to call me Tyrone. But Tyrone, go outfield. So I go to the outfield. Head in the center field, but that was Miguel's spot. So I veered off to my left and went into left field. Well, that was probably a better move for me because with my speed, I could run down the ball. But actually catching it, that is a totally different story. I remember one time I was running at the ball. I could see it. I'm looking right at it. And I get close to it and I put my glove up. Well, the glove blocked the ball. I couldn't see where it was. And it hit me on the head and then bounced over the fence. I went, oh, man. And then I fell down and just laid there for a second. And then I heard Coach coming up on me. So I was just like, uh-oh, I better get up. So I jump up because the last thing I want him to do is talk to me while I'm laying down. Because I didn't want none of that tobacco juice to drip into my face. So, nice guy. So he said, Tiron, you catcher, you would think I would not mind that so much. I loved it. It was a great idea. First of all, I got to wear a chest protector. Second, I got to wear a face mask that protect the ball from busting me in the face. And in those days, we wear a helmet. So my whole head is like a football helmet with a face mask on it. And I thought, cool, and the ball will come to me. I don't have to go running after it. So this is a great spot for me. And I played that position for all of the season. So then the next thing was batting practice. And I was thinking to myself, cool, something I can do, hit the ball. And I look forward to doing that. I had to wait though, because Miguel was first. Miguel. Every time he went up to bat, he would reach down and get dirt, rub it in his hands, right? And then just kind of like, I'm trying to think of that guy's name, for the Lakers, he does that. The deal is, then he'd get up the bat, and then coach was actually teaching, was the actual pitcher of our practices, something about control. The other kids didn't have it. So he would pitch all of our batting practices. So he's pitching, and Miguel's just ding, hitting the ball, just knocking it all over the place. A lot of home run balls. I'm like, that guy made it look easy. I did not like him. The thing about it too is that the bats are not wooden, they were aluminum bats. So when you made good contact with the ball, it made a crisp metallic sound. Tink! And I was thinking to myself, man, I look forward to doing that a lot, right? So I get up the bat, and first thing we were learning how to hit were fastballs. And I'm standing there thinking, all right, as soon as I hit this ball, man, these dudes gonna be glad I'm on that team. I'm gonna hit this thing so hard, so fast. Let's do this. Come on, bring it. Coach pitched the ball. Bah! Okay. All right. Pitch the second ball. Bah! Oh. That was hard and fast. It didn't matter. He pitched about 6, 7 more pitches. Every time I swung at the ball, I missed it. I swung under the ball, over the ball. I swung too late. I swung too early. It was pitiful. Miguel was sitting on his glove in the outfield, not concerned. The next pitch we practiced with curveball. Now, don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to swing at a curveball. It does not come straight like a fastball. It has this ability to take a path that you would not think was natural, starting curving outside, and then depending on how fast it's spinning, and it's spinning diagonally. That's another thing. It's not spinning over the top. It's spinning diagonally. So it'll either, depending on how fast it's spinning, drop in front of you, or not drop at all, which is called braking, just keeps going straight. So you don't know, and you're guessing, and you're hoping that it's where you think it's going to be. Well, I think I pretty much pulled my shoulder trying to hit this stupid ball. I remember once I just figured out I'd just swing really hard and fast. And I got ready, and the pitch came. I'm looking at it, and I swing as hard as I could with my 11-year-old might. I spun so hard that I actually spun myself out of the bottom box. And as I turned around, my helmet flew off and hit the kid in the face, the catcher. The bat, as I spun down to a heap, flew out of my hand and rocketed toward the dugout where my teammates were. Coach Torres yelled, "Cuidado, cuidado," which I guess meant heads up, because everybody looked at us in my direction. Their eyes got big and their mouth was wide open as they ducked and covered. Meanwhile, Miguel is no longer sitting on his glove. He's rolling around in the grass laughing. Actually, a lot of the team members laughed at me. At that point, I realized that baseball was absolutely not for me. And this had to be the worst day of my life. Practice is over. I gather myself. I go home. When I get home, I walk into the kitchen and my mom's sitting there at the kitchen table smoking a cigarette and drinking a cold glass of ice water. Tell you about my mom. My mom is a knows nonsense kind of lady, hardworking lady, but did not put up with any crap. Matter of fact, if I ever got out of line and thought I was too smart, she had no problem putting me back in my place, which usually meant a pretty good ass whooping. Tough lady. Didn't always give me what I wanted, but always gave me what I needed. So she's sitting there at the table, drinking her water, smoking that cigarette. Her cat-eye glasses are resting at the tip of her nose when she turns to me and says, "So how was practice?" I took a beat and then I exploded. "I hate baseball. Baseball sucks. The ball's too hard and it's too fat and the bat's too heavy and coach throws the ball too hard and he spits all the time. So I have to be sure I stand to the left because he don't even care." "Oh boy, it can't be that bad. You just need a little bit more practice." No, I don't. And then kids all speak Spanish. I don't know what they're saying. And nobody from my neighborhood's on my team. And I'm the only one on down by myself and stuff like that. And she goes, "Oh, look here, boy, you're going to make some friends. Let's give it some time." "No, I won't. I don't want to play anymore. I want to quit." "So, you want to quit?" "Yeah, no, yeah, no." Well, winners never quit and quitters never win. Are you a winner or are you a quitter? My mom always had something to say about what's going on with you. Never really wanted to solve your problem for you. Always made you think about it. This is not what I wanted to hear. I wanted her to hear what a horrible time I was having and agree that I should quit. But then she lays that on me, and I'm like, winner. That's right. That's why you can't quit. Plus, I already paid for your uniform. Well, my arms and my legs and my hand and my butt and my arm, my feet and all and the back of my head and my knuckles hurt. Well, what you need to do is go in the bathroom, run some hot water in the tub, okay? And then go in the kitchen, get a cup of Epsom salt, put that in the tub. Make sure it dissolves. You hear me, right? All right, make sure it dissolves before you get in there. Then you get in and soak. You're going to feel much better, son. "No, I won't." "Boy, do what I said before I whoop your behind." So I'm in the tub, right? Because I didn't want no more ass whoopings. So, about 2 weeks later, we get our uniform. Man, those were cool. Gray pants, gray top with black pinstripes. Astros written across the chest in a little bit of an arch. The hat was gray, but it had a black X, an A in cursive. Yeah, man, the first time I put that uniform on, that's when I really felt part of that team. Games were good. We had 8 games, and we won some, we lost some. Actually, we lost more than we won. But it was a lot of fun. And I remember thinking, I can't wait till this is over so I can hang with my friends. So finally, the season did end. And coach pulls us together. He started talking to us. "All right, guys, you guys did great this year. Well, we did okay. Well, all right, we had fun, right? We had fun, right? Everybody had fun. Some of you guys were great and some weren't, and you kind of know who you are, but we had fun, right? We had fun." And then I'm thinking, yes, it's over. He paused and said, "Well, I got some good news. We didn't do that well as far as scoring, but we're in the playoffs. And I'm like, yay! What? No, I don't. Oh, no. The game's this Saturday. Oh. So I go home, and my mom's in the kitchen smoking a cigarette, hair up in those big, thick pink rollers, glasses on, and reading a newspaper. Her head's down, so she don't see me when I come in. And she says, I said to her, Mama, Mom, Mama, Mom, Mama, Mom, what is it, boy? Can't you see I'm reading? Our season is over. And what's the matter with your face then? I thought you wanted to not play anymore. We made the playoffs. Oh, that's great. Good for you. All right. Our game's this Saturday, and I know you got to work and you probably can't make it and stuff like that. Well, wait. This Saturday, I could get somebody to work my shift and I can make that game. I just got to make sure they can cover for me. Mom, that would be great. Okay. So I'm excited. And then, so Saturday comes. I wake up, I bounce out of bed pretty much. I have breakfast, I do my chores, and then I realize my mom's not there. She went to work. And at that time, I thought she didn't get anybody to cover for her. I went ahead and got dressed for the game, put on my uniform. At this time, I got a new glove, a catcher's mitt, my own catcher's mitt. But what problem is when you get a new glove, you have to break it in, and that takes a while. You have to put oil in it, close it, keep it, And in this case, I didn't have that kind of time, so the glove wasn't really broken in, but I could still catch balls with it, and plus it protected my hand really well. So I had my glove, bat, walking past my dad, who was asleep on the couch in his boxers, snoring loudly. And I said to him, Dad, we have a game today. It's a playoff. If you think you can come? At which time he kind of mumbled something and then pulled the cover over his head, rolled over, facing away from me. And I figured, well, he's tired, he works nights, he ain't coming. He had never seen me play. And actually, my mom hadn't seen me play either. So not in the best of mood, but I got to go to the game. So I leave, close the kitchen door behind me. I get on the railroad tracks to walk down to the game, to the actual playing field, Duquesne Park. The thing about that track walk is that once you get to the field, in order to get to the field from the tracks, you got to cross a 6-foot wide open ditch that's always full of water that drained from the lumber yard just behind the tracks. So I remember backing up a couple of steps, and then I leaped, cleared the ditch, but then landed in a puddle of mud. Got all over my cleats, and I remember thinking, man, I didn't want to look raggedy, So I kind of moped over to where my teammates and coach were standing. They had been gathered, and they were talking. As I get there, he's finishing his pep talk. The usual, hey, James, do your best, have fun, we're all in this team. And he added one thing that was unique that got my attention. He was like, oh, in this game, if whoever hits a home run, I will give you $1 for each home run. I'm like, wait, I'm sorry, what? $1 for each home run? And I'm thinking, wow, shoot, man, it may not be a lot of money now, but back then, for $1, boy, I could buy sugar babies, I could get me some chili Fritos, and still have some change left for a Sprite. So he got my attention. And so we get ready for the game. Game starts. Now, this day, seems like everybody and their mama came for this game. Oh, I should have told you guys, who are we playing for this game? Yeah, if you haven't guessed it, the Pirates. First place Pirates. randomly they pick these names. We get to play them. Like, oh my God, whatever. So we get to the game starts. Each bleacher area is full of people. The Pirates are on my right. My team's on my left here. I know people in the Pirates side, but they ain't cheering for me. Matter of fact, they were booing me, which felt horrible, man. People are so cruel. My side, my dugout and our bleachers, full of people. I don't know any of them. They're all from my teammates. You know what I mean? I don't know who they are. It just felt wrong. But the game starts, and believe it or not, we were doing really well with these Pirates. And I remember a moment. It was the bottom of the seventh. The Pirates were up to bat when I heard this commotion, if you will, in the bleachers near our dugout. And I'm thinking, somebody dropped their food, you know, maybe somebody, I don't know, dropped the baby. Something happened that there was some talking going on. And so I looked over and I saw my mom working her way through the bleachers, not on the Pirate side, on our side, and squeezing in between people to sit down. I didn't even give him time to call timeout. I just jumped up from behind the catcher's spot, snatched off my headgear, and went over to the fence as she was trying to sit down. And I was like, Mama, 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 I'm right here. Mama, Mama, I'm right here. And my mom, being my mom, said, boy, I see you. Go and play your game. I see you. Oof. Seeing my mama there, man, I still feel it today. It was like I had this burst of energy. It just felt so good. I mean, nothing could be wrong with the world at this moment. It was like a spark. But more personal than that, it was like the biggest hug that I needed at the time. And I remember losing sense of where I was. And I just started saying things to no one in particular, but then to everybody. I was like, Coach, that's my mom right there. That's my mom. Oh, hey, man, that's my mom. Hey, guys, that's my mom right there. Hey, umpire, that's my mom right there. And I remember it being kind of out of control. It was just, it was such a surprise. And then I calmed myself down as best I could. And I went back to my catcher spot and I was getting ready to continue the game. Okay, now at this point, the Pirates were up and they had one out and two people on base. A person at third who I didn't recognize. I didn't know that kid. And then a kid, Big Chris was at second base. And so I'm sitting there ready to catch this ball. Pitcher comes, boom, ball hits the mitt. And it just trickles out and it rolls behind me to the backstop. And I'm panicked because these fools like to steal bases and they're good at it. So I hesitate to see if the third base guy, the third base runner is going to make a move for it. And he does. And I turn around, I grab the ball without even putting it in my glove. I turn and I dive toward him and I hit him in the chest with the ball, knock him over backwards, getting that second out. People just go crazy. My side, dude's yelling and screaming. My mom's yelling. The teammates are yelling. Coaches yelling. Good job, you know, all that stuff. And I'm just all of a sudden, man, I just was just charged. And so I go back. I'm excited the fact that it just happened, right? So I go back to my spot, get ready to catch the next pitch, and I noticed Chris. He has lumbered from second base to third. And I'm mad because he runs slow. I could have thrown him out. I could have dropped the ball in the parking lot and throw this fool out. He gets to third base because I'm too busy tripping off how fantastic I am. Now I'm mad. Then I go, okay, fine. I'll drop the ball on purpose and let him run in here and then I'll just tag it. But I'm also smart enough to know don't let him run directly into me because he can kill me. So I'm going, yeah, I'll just drop it in front of me where I can find it. And when he comes in here, I'll just run halfway down the line and just tag him out before he even get here, right? As soon as I settle in on that concept, the Pirates coach calls timeout. I'm like, what's going on, right? And what he does is he pinch runs Speedy for Chris. Takes Chris out of the game, puts Speedy in his place at third so that he could be the runner over at third base. Now I'm thinking, uh-oh, I can't drop the ball. This dude, he could be here before the pitcher gets to me. So I'm thinking, whatever I do, hold on to the ball. Do not drop this dog. I'm thinking about catching him with both hands at this point. So the pitch comes, and I put both hands up, boom, it still drops out and moves to my right. Not that far, but far enough that if I reach over, he'll be here. Because he's probably already running. So my thought is, don't even think about it, just grab it. So I grab the ball, turn, put it in my glove, not even wondering if he's running. I'm just assuming he's running. And I don't know where he is, but I'm diving at the bag. So if he's there, we gonna get there at the same time. So I dive in the glove, and his face collide. Bam. And we both tumble over on the other side of the base. And just like in the cartoon, dirt and dust just rolls up over us. Meanwhile, the umpire standing there, he ain't saying nothing. And now, I don't really know if I got it. All I know is there was a big collision and we rolling around like two dudes wrestling. But we down there on the ground, and sure enough, the dust settles, right? And looks over, yeah! And you didn't have to pick me up off of him. I lifted off the ground with just jumping around in excitement. The bleachers went berserk. My mom was yelling and screaming. Teammates is yelling and screaming. Coach is yelling and screaming. Everybody's yelling and screaming except Miguel. I'm excited. So I walk over to the dugout, all happy go lucky, until I realize I'm the next one to bat. And I haven't had a good batting. As a matter of fact, I struck out not once, twice at fastballs. And I expected more of the same. I get a bat, I walk over from the dugout to the batter's box. Now, that's not a very quick, long walk, but it felt like it took forever because everybody's watching me now, So I get over there and I get ready. And I didn't tell you guys this earlier, but one of the things I used to do as a batter is I used to flap my arm like this. I got this from a cat named Joe Morgan, who used to be a second baseman for the Cincinnati Reds back in the 70s. And it really helped him with his timing. So I used to do that a lot. I'm sitting there waiting for this pitch, and I'm thinking fastball. So I'm just going to lay on it. I'm ready to go. The pitch comes, it starts up here, and that's curving. I'm like, holy crap, it's a curveball. Holy crap. And I panic. I forget about my arm. I close my eyes, and I just swing. And I heard, tink! And I look up, the ball just got past the pitcher's hand, going up, over the center fielder's head, over the fence, cross the ditch, and onto the railroad track. Home run. And I'm running around crazy. Oh my God, I got him, my mom was like, run, boy, run. So I'm running, and I really don't have to run, but I'm running around the bases. Oh, man, crazy. So I get off the base, at home base, and I walk over to the dugout. I'm high. I'm just full of energy. And everybody's patting me on the back, and I sit at the to the end of the dugout, and there's a tap on my shoulder. I turn around, it's Miguel, and he's got his hand out. And I didn't even hesitate. I just grabbed it and I shook it real firm, And he says to me, good hit. And I just hugged him. I just grabbed him and I hugged him as hard as I could. We're having a good inning. We bat around. I come up again. And this time, I get ready. I look over at my mom. I look back at the pitcher. That pitch comes. It's low and fast, right down the center. Left field, over the fence, cross the ditch, cross the track into the lumberyard. Another home run. Well, This time, I take my time. Running across first base, take my hat off, tilt it over to the Pirate side. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. Went to third base, put my hat back on, got to home plate, jumped on the bag, went to the dugout. Everybody's high-fiving me. I'm feeling pretty good. Then I go to the end of the dugout bench, and I go to the fence that's there. And I put my hands up and I look for my mom. And then I find her. And I said to her, "Thanks for coming to my game, Mom." Thanks for coming to my game. My mom said, tears in her eyes. She was like, "Boy, I told you I was going to come. Proud of you." That was definitely the best day of my life. 2 weeks later, me and my friends get together for a game of stickball. Me and my friends, Big Chris, Speedy, and Miguel. And as soon as I see Big Chris, I take my team trophy and I shove it into his chest. And he's like, "What's this?" "Oh, 1972 Astros MVP Ty Fance." Oh, you know they got your name wrong. It's supposed to be Big Eyes. Speedy was like, "Yeah, man, that's good, man. I'm glad you did that, man. I'm glad you did good for them. You did good. You didn't have to hit me in the face with the ball, but you did good, man. I appreciate that. That was good, man. You did good. And we gonna play any ball or what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we can play. We can play." "Oh man, you should let me pitch." Let that dude pitch. You can pitch, Big Chris, but don't hit me with the ball. That's all. All right. Adios, bola. Adios, bola. "Oh, so you speak Spanish now?" Un poquito. Thank you.
Woo! Oh,
Appreciate that.
That was a wonderful story, Ty. That was so wonderful. I was on the edge of my chair thinking about your mom. Your donation really is important. And we ask that people donate, $10 or more. And we also pay our storytellers what we can. As a nonprofit, we give what they can. This was a wonderful story. Wonderful. It was so full of life. I was there. And there is you can mail a check or you can pay with PayPal. So there's the address. And I believe it's in the chat box too, isn't it? That's what I thought it was. And we have many events coming up. We have some very, very wonderful crones telling tales on Friday, March 12th from 5 to 6, our time. You are all welcome, and the registration is there. And again, the donation for most of our events is around $10. Whatever you wanted to donate in addition, we appreciate it because it does help the storytellers and us. So that's coming up in March. And then we have another one in April called Earth Tales. And we have some wonderful speakers. Again, really good speakers. We have Ingrid Nixon, who's here. She is the one that lives in Alaska. And we have Rebecca Hom and Leslie Slate. And again, you can register for that. If you want to be on the mailing list, I think if you put your name on the chat box, you'll be on our email list. Is that correct? I think it is. We have every first Friday story swaps, and they used to be 5 minutes, 8-minute or less story. That's right. And those are ones where anyone can just practice their stories. And we love it. We just love it. It's really fun. It's on March 5th and April 9th. And we do the one at BriarQuest, which started with school, and people show up. But you're all welcome to go to those. You're welcome to go to our own Story Swap, which is run by Marilyn, and just enjoy it because it's really a nice story and they're family-friendly stories. And okay, Jerry, I got that. Okay. Anything? Oh, there we are. And I wanted to just share with Ty how wonderful you were able, with your mother's help and your own inner spirit, to get through that childhood challenge. We all have so many of them. And it was funny as well as very good. Thank you. Anything else, Barry, you have to talk about?
Ty has a program coming up on April 18th, Tales by the Sea. It's produced by Ann Buxey, who's here today. And the information will be in the chat, how you can connect with that. There'll also be information about Ty that you can try and connect with him. I'm sure if you have a storytelling opportunity for him, he will be glad to consider it. And so there's contact information I will be putting in the chat in a moment. All the information about our upcoming events I will add to the chat as well. And I do want to thank you all for coming today. And Ty has got some more stories for us. He's holding up part 1, which we just had. Okay, so part 2 is coming up just as soon as I get him spotlighted again. Okay, Ty, you're welcome to go to it.
Okay, so that first one was a tale of childhood challenges. The second one is a tale of adolescence arrogance. You see that picture? Great. All right, here's the deal. About when I was 15, I was still living in Houston, and I wasn't quite an alpha. Matter of fact, I didn't want to be an alpha male because that required too many fisticuffs on a regular basis. So I said, I'm not interested in that. When it came to physical confrontation, I'd rather joke about it, or talk about it, or run. That was my thing. Well, I'm 15. I got an 18-inch afro. I'm pretty slim, a little muscular, but not quite. And I'm sitting in the living room doing my algebra homework when my mom walks in, same kind of dude, hair and rollers, glasses on, smoking, and says, "Boy, we got to move. It's too crazy around here, dangerous, and there's no jobs. We got to move." I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever." About 2 months later, we pack and move to the prosperous and safety of the city of Watts, California, where I was teased and picked on a daily basis by the neighborhood bully, Gary. He'd say things like, "Hey, man, you don't belong around here." I'm like, "Why?" "Because you say things like please and thank you." I'm like, "What? That's crazy. And you apologize a lot." "Oh, man, I'm sorry." My mom finds out that I'm being bullied or not fighting, and she decides to teach me some of her street smarts. So she says to me, "Boy, come here. You need to learn how to fight. Grab my shirt." I'm like, "What? Grab my shirt?" "No." Okay. I go to reach out to grab her shirt. I don't get close. She grabs my wrist, twists it, puts me in an armbar, and pins me down to the floor. Then she says to me, "Try to move. You can't, can you?" "That's right." After I said uncle 3 times, she lit me up. Then I decide I'm getting out of here. I start to walk away. She goes, "Where you going, boy? Don't you want to know what to do if they got a knife? Come on back here. Let me show you." So I'm good, Mom. No, I'm good. I think I need to do that. So I leave, and I'm thinking, man, this does not look too good for me on the physical level. I need to do something. And fortunately for me, across the street, they were having this summer boxing program, free to the neighborhood. Well, I signed up right away, and so did Gary. Fortunately for me, again, boxing, it just came natural to me. I don't know, I could do it, I was in shape, and I understood the mechanics, and my jab was really quick, and stiff, My hook was quick and powerful, but my best punch was this uppercut that I threw with my right hand. The thing about it is you have to set it up, right? I would set it up with a jab, and then I would lean over out of the guy's way, boom, and I'd throw that uppercut. It was beautiful. I love boxing. It made me feel powerful, confident. Gary hated it. He said it was too many rules. But I took advantage of it. Every round, I would just beat him to a pulp, take that 1 minute break and start all over again. So, man, but of course I wasn't stupid. After class, I would run home before he got out of there. But I loved it, man. It just made me feel secure, you know. Loved it so much. I told my mom, I said, Mom, you don't have to worry about me no more. No, I got this. Yeah, no, I got this boxing now. I'm pretty good at it. She said, boy, you crazy. I'm like, no, I got this. I just need a few more lessons, you know, and, I can go pro. Lessons. I tell you what you need to do is finish school and get yourself a good job. I'm like, Mom, a job, school? Are you crazy? I got this. Look at this. So, I tell you what you feeling is not what you think it is. Oh, Mom, I got this. Look, I'm an alpha now. I can handle it. I'm beating the dudes up at the park. It's all good, Mom. I'm an alpha. Okay, Mr. Alpha. I'll tell you what. If you don't take out that trash the way I told you to, you and me gonna be boxing. So I took out the trash because I ain't stupid. But the next day, I talked to my coach. Now, my coach was a guy by the name of Andy the Hawk Price. He was a prize fighter in his 20s at this time. And he was good. He was fighting all over the world. He was fighting in Europe, Mexico, all across the United States, and winning a lot of fights, except the one he had with Sugar Ray Leonard. I remember that fight particularly because I spent money on HBO to watch it. And then I invited all my friends over. I said, hey, man, come on, man. We're going to be watching HBO. My coach is fighting tonight. He's going to be fighting Sugar Ray Leonard. 10 rounds, man. It's going to be great. He's good. Come on. Y'all sit down and relax. I'm gonna get something to eat. Y'all sit down and get some. What happened? Why is coach on the ground? What you mean 1 round knockout? That's crazy. Well, that's what happened. And I saw coach the next day. When I saw him, I said, hey, coach, what happened, man? Because that guy can fight. I said, but you can fight too. No. I fight. He fights. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, well, you know what, coach? Take me to the real gym. I think I need some more competition. I need to get that real deal thing. I don't want to do the amateur thing. I want to go pro. Let me get the real deal. You say, you sure? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I could do it. I think, look. He's like, All right. So we go to the real gym. This gym back in the day was called the Hoover 78th Street Gym. It's on Hoover and 78 in LA. It's a real gym. You walk up to the building, it is in desperate need of some spackle and some paint. All right. They're not putting any money in upkeep. And if you don't have a way of understanding what a real gym atmosphere is like, let me give you a clue. The content of the air is a clue. The funkier, the realer. When we opened that door, the funk that rushed out of that room came out like it had someplace else to be. All right. It was a combination of desperation, perspiration with a sprinkling of hope. I should have turned around right then, but I'm stupid. So I said, okay. So we go in. And when you get inside, it's got everything a real gym would have. It's got posters, the ring, it's got punching bags. The posters are all of these old great boxers, Smoking Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Sugar Ray Leonard, Rocky Marciano, just classic fighters, man. And you get that juice when you walk in there. The ring itself was a real deal gym. It needed some help, though. The velvety ropes weren't so velvety. They were all raggedy and torn a little bit and dingy looking. And the canvas in the actual ring was dingy, dirty, and stained. There was a heavy punching bag to the left. It hung from the ceiling on this black chain, thick black chain. it had been beat on. To hold it together, they put duct tape around it. Okay, several layers of duct tape. And at one point, this duct tape was white. Now it was some crazy looking grayish black thing. Standing next to the bag was this young fighter in his 20s, muscles on top of muscles for no particular reason. Dressed in shorts, his boxing shorts, boxing shoes, gloves on, shirt off. And he's hitting this bag. Oh my God. Every time he hit the bag, sweat would just jump off his brow. Dust would shoot out the other side of the bag. Okay. And the building shook. I guess I had a funny look on my face because Coach looked at me and goes, "Hey, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." You sure? "Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good." "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I got it. Just do it." Well, you can look at my hand then. I didn't even notice it. I reluctantly put on my boxing gear. At this time, I was wearing black satin pants with some white stripes on the side, black Converse high tops. I had black gloves and had a black headgear. And when I got dressed, Coach says, "All right, go ahead and pick somebody." I'm like, nah, I'm thinking maybe we could just hit the mitts like we were doing over at the gym, just kind of play around a little bit and then we go home. He goes, no, you wanted the real deal. That's why we came. You're here now. Let's do this. Pick somebody to fight. I'm looking around and every dude in there was in ridiculous shape, just great, like Adonis's, six-pack abs, firm pecs, arms that looked like pistons. And they all looked like they just killed something. So I'm panicked. I'm trying not to make any eye contact. Finally, I see a little dude about my weight, age. He's a little thinner than I am, to be honest. He's over in the corner. He's boxing, shadow boxing by himself. Pathetic technique, just little lightweight punches and stuff. I'm like, oh man, that guy over there sucks. And he's dressed in lime green shorts, powder blue headgear, and he's got these brand new fluorescent pink gloves. And I'm thinking, oh man, this guy. So I tell Coach, "Hey, I'll fight that guy." You sure? Yeah, that guy right there. I'll fight him. You sure? I'm like, yeah. What? Okay, fine. I'll take it easy on him, but yeah, I'll fight him. Well, me and Lime Green get into the ring, and man, I felt really bad for him because every time I stuck my jab out, he just kept running into it. So, and I'm boxing him up, boom, boom, getting combinations in. I'm feeling good. At one point, to no one in particular, I shout, "Represent Watts up in here." And I'm throwing him in there, boom, boom, boom. And then I start feeling bad for the guy. You know what? Let me just finish this and, call it a day. So I jab him and he moved his head a little bit. So I shifted to my right and I was about to throw that uppercut. And I think I got about right here. And Lime Green just opened up on me. Punches were coming out of inning, crazy. It felt like I was fighting the Tasmanian devil in one of those cartoon fight clouds. You know those ones where things start popping out and you try to go away? Because every time I tried to get away, a pink glove would reach out and grab me, pull me back in, and start beating me. Man, and I gave up on my technique at one point. I just started flailing my arms around, just trying to get him in any way I could, missing. Ain't hitting nothing. And then everything slowed down. And I saw he jabbed. And that jab came and I just slid by and watched it go past. And by the time it got back, he had moved to his right and hit me with an uppercut. Man. And when I woke up, I couldn't see out of my left eye, which panicked me until I realized my headgear had turned around. And I was looking through one of the ear holes. So I straightened my head up and I got up and I kind of wobbled a little bit. Coach was like, "Hey, Ty, hey, Ty." And I'm like, "Huh? What? Oh, yeah. Oh, huh? You want to fight some more?" "Not today. Matter of fact, y'all can have this crap. I'm going to college." Thank you. that was a really interesting thing to have happen to me because I really thought I knew what I was doing and learned that there's some cats out there that are serious and there's jokers like me who think they know what they're doing. I think we have time for this last one. Barry, I want to check in with you. Do I have time for the last story?
I had to unmute. How long is it?
It's about 15 minutes. You want to do it
15 minutes?
Want to do it another time? Let's do it another time. That'll be a reason for you guys to come back. Right?
That would be an excuse for you to come back, that's for sure. Probably some people want to say hi and greet you and stuff.
Let's do that.
So I want to encourage people to go to the gallery view and turn on your cameras and mics and maybe say hi or make some comments and stuff with, let me take him off spotlight. I will mention this, a few of you came late. I'm going to be putting the recording up on our YouTube. Seattle Storytellers Guild has a YouTube channel now, and you can look for it there. And take me a little bit of time to get it up there, but I want to encourage you, if you were late and missed out on the first part of that first story, that's the place to go.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I really do.
Now's a chance for people to say hi.
People need to unmute themselves, please.
Oh, wow. There you go. Look at all those people. Hello, you guys. Welcome to my home. The corner of it, not all of it, just a little bit. Wow. There's so many faces. Hey, Steve, I see you. Kara, I see you. Aston, I see you. Jerry. I'm naming a bunch of people. I can actually read it. Tina. Tintin. Hello. Suzanne Wirtz. There you are. Lance Lambert. That's a great name. LL. Cool J. No, just I'm making jokes. Deanna. Hello. Stan Sellers in the dark, but I see your face. Perry. And Buxby. AB. I really appreciate you guys. I don't type very fast, so I see the chat thing doing its thing, but I'm kind of ignoring it. I'm reading it, but I'm not at the same time.
Hi, thank you very much for joining in the Northwest. We are so fortunate. What color is it?
I plan on it. We talked about that. I got a coat, and I can drive. So
you have a raincoat?
I do have a raincoat.
Right.
Or you could come to the east side where I am, and then you wouldn't need a raincoat. You would need.
This is true. I can do that as well. I'll split myself up in half, thirds, or quarters to make this happen.
Hi, are you making movies?
I have not. Maybe somebody can put me in the corner of some film, and I'll hold that corner really well. I promise. I can do that.
A movie, Ty. Tell about the movie you did make.
Oh, what? Yeah, I made a film. I thought she's asking me, was I in a film? Thank you, Steve, for doing that. Yeah, I have a short film that I made called Chump City. It's a great little film. I got a lot of help making that film. My family helped me, my wife and a few other people. But it's about a young man's journey who's at this time in his life is fatherless. And he's trying to find himself in his new community. And he has to risk something very valuable in order to have the opportunity to be a part of the new community. And we did a good job with that. My wife said it's good. That's something. And then a lot of other people who've seen it have said it's good.
Yeah,
so,
you can find it if you look up your name. You can find the film.
Yes.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes, if you type Ty Fance Chump City, it'll come up. It's on YouTube.
Wonderful.
That's the standard by which I judge everything I do. But if my wife thinks it's funny, then I'm good.
Yes, and it's a free review. So
I feel the same way.
I really do. I appreciate it. This is really a blast. I had plenty of time to get ready for this, and I had plenty of time to worry. And then the worry went away with preparation. And then as my friend would say, don't over practice, don't over concern yourself. I'm like, is that possible? Yes, it is. So I stopped doing something 3 days ago. I didn't even think about it until today. I just had to figure out what to wear. You know, we have been talking about going pantsless, but that my wife said no.
Your characterizations of people are incredible. I feel like I know them. Miguel and your guy, and it's just incredible. Your mother, oh my gosh, your mother. What a character.
She is something else. I still write. She's no longer with us, but every once in a while I remember something she says. There's a joke. I'll hopefully translate. When I was 8 or 9 in that area, I always ask her for money, right? When I didn't have my own, and she would be sarcastically funny about it. Because one time I remember asking, I said, "Mom, can I have a dime? Can I have a dime?" She goes, "Oh, I wish I had some time. Do you have some time?" Yeah, we all want time. I said, "Mama, let me have a nickel." "Oh, you say you're so tickled." "Oh, boy. Oh, you so tickled. I'm tickled that you want a nickel." So she was always cool and clever. And at the same time, like I said, would be honest with you about stuff and didn't make it easy, but, was good about making sure he got done. Yeah, I wish she was around. She loved this. She would love to see me do things about her. I think. Yeah, I think she would.
I think so.
Yeah, she's great.
I do believe that 2 of your daughters tuned in. Devin and Delia.
Well, the Delia is my wife. But
oh, that's your wife?
Yeah, Devin is my daughter. And that says something because them youngsters, man, they don't want to be around you too much.
Thank you for thinking of that.
Yeah, interesting enough, if you Google Dr. Devin, there's a story about her when she's about 5. She's a lot older than that now, but she's so wonderful to be in checking us out tonight. She's heard me tell these stories.
And there was another Ty.
The guy in the car. Where is he?
Ty Anderson, I think, was his name. I finally figured out who he was because he didn't put his last name on the thing. And
okay. Well, hey, Ty.
A little bit, I thought he was you. Yeah, upside down.
Barry, that bothered me about this much for a second. Then I got over it. Because I don't have as nice a car as that guy had, That was funny. Yeah,
I was looking for you, trying to spotlight you, and only Ty I could see on the screen was upside down and in a car. I thought maybe you were heading for the hills.
So here's a bizarre thing. As you guys were talking about the stories that I've done and blah blah blah, and I was like, what are they talking about? And then I thought, wait, they mentioned the poem. Oh, it's in the car. I gotta go get it. So I hesitated, but you kept talking, so I ran out of the house to go get it. I'm sure that's when you did the intro, right? That's when. And I went, wait, that sucks. Let's just make this happen.
I will mention that we have recorded this program, and we'll be putting it up on our YouTube channel, Seattle Storytellers Guild. If you search for them on YouTube, it'll take me. I think I might have mentioned this a couple minutes ago, but I will also be sending out an email to everybody that came with the stuff from the chat, the various announcements and other things. And so you can look forward to that. And if you've came to our program, I'll send you information about our next program a couple weeks ahead of time. So if you don't want that, send me an email. But otherwise, we hope that you'll come and join us again.
I think it'll be great. I appreciate it.
Ty, is that a Moscow Mule?
Well, I've been known to sample them, but not tonight. This one actually has menthol in it because my throat was a little sore from all the rehearsing.
No, but I recognize the glass.
Thank you again, Ty.
Thank you, too. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank
really,
you.
Thank you so much. It was awesome. Loved it. My husband even watched.
Very good.
Good job, Ty. I enjoyed it. It's the best laugh I've had all week. So thank you.
Thank you. You there, the DKORIMID.
This is a dandy.
Yes. Oh, you got a different name there, silly.
Yeah.
That's great. She's awesome. She's an awesome lady. Thank you, Adande.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Too funny. Bye-bye. Good night, guys. And thank you.
Good night. It was a good evening.
night.